This is for Algebra 1. This is a review over factoring. To factor the number 84, you're going to do an upside down division. It's an even number. It divides by 2. Gives you 42. It's still an even number, so it divides by 2 again. Gives you 21. 21 divides by 3. Gives you 7. 7 is prime, so you're through. You take the numbers that you divided by and you list them. 2 times 2 times 3 times 7. This is your answer. For negative 24, you're going to start by taking care of that negative, so you're going to divide by negative 1. Gives you 24. It's an even number. Divide by 2, and you get 12. Still even. Divide by 2, and you get 6. Still even. Divide by 2, and you get 3. So for the number part, it's negative 1 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. For the variables, you're going to list the letter as many times as what the exponent is. So for a squared times a times a, for b squared times b times b. To find the greatest common factor, you can look at it and figure out what they both divide by, or you can use your calculator. If you're going to use your calculator, you're going to go to math, you're going to go over to num, you're going to choose number 9, and it's going to say GCD. You put your two numbers with a comma between them. So 12, comma, which is above the 7, 90, enter, and the greatest common factor for that is 6. For the variables, it has to be in both of the equation, or both of the terms, and you use the smallest exponent that it ever had. They both have an a, the smallest exponent was 2. They both have a b, the smallest exponent was 1. So 6a squared b is your answer. For finding the greatest common factor for 24 and 81, go back to math, over to num, choose number 9, 24, comma, 81, enter. It would work better if I put the 2 in front of the 4. Let me go back and fix that. 24 and 81, and your greatest common factor is 3. Looking at number 5, 10x minus 25x squared, you've got to see what they both divide by. If you can see it, that's great. If not, do your math num, number 9. 10 and 25 will both divide by 5. Both of these terms have an x, and so I am pulling out a 5 and an x. You've got to take 10 divided by 5 and get 2. You had an x, but you took an x away, or you subtracted your exponents. 1 minus 1 is 0. The x is gone. Bring down your minus, and you have to do it all over again, still dividing by 5x. 25 divided by 5 is 5. X squared, and you're taking an x away, or you're subtracting your exponents. 2 minus 1 is 1, so it's x. So 5x times 2 minus 5x is your answer. 2y plus 6xy, they'll both divide by 2. And they both have a y. If the whole thing cancels, we have a 2y and a 2y, you cannot just leave the spot empty. You got to put a placeholder, so we'll put a 1 there. Plus 6 divided by 2 is 3. Don't lose your x. We had a y, but we took a y out, and so it cancels and is gone. 2y times 1 plus 3x is your answer. Number 7 has 3 terms. It's a trinomial. You're going to find the factors of the number at the end. So the factors of 12 are 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. Signs are the same, and they're all going to be negative. You need to choose the factors that equal negative 7, so it's negative 3 and negative 4. As long as there is not a number in front of the x squared, you're ready to just write your answer. X minus 3 and x minus 4. Number 8, you're going to find the factors of 14, 1 and 14, 2 and 7. This time the signs are going to be different, and the biggest one is negative. If the big one is negative and they're different, the small one has to be positive. You need the factors that equal negative 5, so 2 and negative 7. Once again, there's nothing in front of x squared, so you're ready to write your answer. X plus 2, x minus 7. Going to the next page. When you factor number 9, you notice that there is a number in front of x squared this time. So 6 times 4 is 24, and that's what you find the factors of. 1 and 24, 2 and 12, 3 and 8, 4 and 6. Signs are different. The largest one is negative, which means the small one must be positive. They need to equal -5, so you're going to use 3 and -8. Since there is a number in front of x squared, you cannot just write your answer now. You have to bring down that 6x squared. And you pull over the factors you circled and put an x with them. Plus 3x minus 8x. And then you bring down your -4. You're going to cut it in half. 6 and 3 both divided by 3, and they both have an x. 6 divided by 3 is 2. X squared, take an x away, leaves you x. They have a plus. 3x and 3x cancel. You got to put a 1. They have a minus, so I put a minus. And then I do the same thing for the second half. 8 and 4 will both divide by 4. 8 divided by 4 is 2. Don't lose your x. Since this was a minus here, I got to change signs, and it becomes plus. 4 divided by 4 is 1. These two are the same, which is a good thing. It's part of your answer. If they're not the same, you need to go see where your mistake was. Then you take what you pulled out and turn them into the other part. 3x minus 4 is your other set of parentheses. Number 10 is the same, so we're going to do 2 times 3 and find the factors of 6. 1 and 6, 2 and 3. Signs are different. Largest one is positive, which means the small one must be negative. They need to equal 5, so we're going to use -1 and 6. Bring down your 2x squared. Pull over the factors that you circled and put an x with it. So minus x plus 6x. Bring down your -3. Cut it in half. These both have an x, so we're going to pull that out, and it leaves me 2x minus 1. Plus, these both divide by 3, and it leaves me 2x minus 1. So my answer is 2x minus 1 and x plus 3. Number 11 is difference of squares. Remember, if your exponent is even, it's a perfect square. And if you can do second x squared, it pulls up your square root symbol. You put your 49 in there. As long as it's a whole number, it's a perfect square. Your calculator is going to tell you the square root of 49 is 7. So, square root of x to the 4th is x squared, because 4 divided by 2 is 2. Plus the square root of 49 is 7. But you also have to write it with a minus, so x squared minus 7. At this point, you need to check and make sure that you don't still have a perfect square. 7 is not a perfect square, so this is my answer. Number 12, they wrote it backwards. That negative can't be at the beginning, so we rewrite 16x to the 8 minus 81. The square root of 16 is 4. The square root of x to the 8 is x to the 4th, because 8 divided by 2 is 4. Plus the square root of 81 is 9. Write it again with a minus. 4x to the 4th minus 9. Now that plus, you're done with it. The minus, check and see if they're still perfect squares. And they are. So bring down the plus one, 4x to the 4th plus 9. And then break this one down again. The square root of 4 is 2. The square root of x to the 4th is x squared. Plus the square root of 9 is 3. And write it again with the minus, 2x squared minus 3. Check, make sure these are not perfect squares. 2 is not a perfect square, so you are finished. Number 13, this is what we did yesterday, solve by factoring. You got to turn it into 2 equations. You're going to bring this 4x and set it equal to 0, and you're going to bring this x plus 5 and set it equal to 0. Divide by 4, and you get x equals 0. Subtract your 5, and you get x equals -5, and you're done. If you have 2 sets of parentheses, you take each set, turn it into an equation, so it becomes 3x plus 2 is equal to 0, and x minus 3 is equal to 0. Subtract your 2, so 3x is equal to -2. Divide by 3, x is equal to -0.67. Add your 3, x is equal to 3. When it's squared, it means we have a double root. You will still have two answers. They're the same. You only have to do it once. 2x minus 5 is equal to 0. Add your 5. 2x is equal to 5. Divide by 2. X is equal to 2.5. 4x squared plus 20x, they both divide by 4. They both have an x. So it leaves you with x plus 5, because 4 divided by 4 is 1, x squared taken x away is x. 20 divided by 4 is 5, x, take it away, it's gone. Make your two equations. 4x equals 0, x plus 5 equals 0, divide by 4, x equals 0, subtract your 5, x equals negative 5. Last page. Don't panic when you see the word problems. Don't really worry about the word problems. Realize they gave us a trinomial. What have we been doing with trinomials? We've been factoring. So the factors of 21 are 1 and 21, 3 and 7. Signs are the same and they are all negative. They have to equal negative 10, so it's negative 3 and negative 7. So x minus 3 and x minus 7 is the answer. They gave me the area, they gave me the length, that one, and they want to know the width. It must be the one that's left. X minus 3 is your width. If you've been hired to fertilize a garden and the fertilizer costs 27 cents per square foot, if x equals 20, how much will it cost to fertilize the garden? The first thing you have to do is figure out how many square feet your garden has. So you put 20 into the original problem for x, and it becomes 20 squared minus 10 times 20 plus 21. I took this 20 to the original problem and put it in. Punch it in your calculator, and you get 221. That's the size of the garden, but it costs 27 cents per square foot, so you're going to multiply that by 0.27. So 221 times 0.27 and you get $59.67. $59.67. It is money. Put a dollar sign. The owner wants to fence the garden. How much fencing will be needed? Well, your fencing means that you're going to have the perimeter. When you find the perimeter, you have to add all of your sides. So we have x minus 3 plus x minus 7 plus x minus 3 plus x minus 7. But they told us that x is 20. So 20 minus 3 is 17. 20 minus 7 is 13. 20 minus 3 is 17. 20 minus 7 is 13. Add those up and you get 60. There's your final answer. Once again, they gave us a trinomial. We know we're going to factor it because that's what we're doing in this unit. 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. Signs are the same. They're all positive. They got to equal 7. So it's actually x plus 3 and x plus 4. They told me that the width is x plus 3, so I know the length must be x plus 4. The perimeter, once again, you add the sides. X plus 3 plus x plus 4 plus x plus 3 plus x plus 4. Add your x's, you get 4x. 3 plus 4 plus 3 plus 4 is plus 14. So 4x plus 14 is your perimeter. That's the review. Go back over it. If you have any questions, come see me.